making for dinner today. So today we're having a pork chop dinner. Here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some pork chops. I have some beautiful pork chops that I've washed off using lemon juice, salt, and cold water, and then I've pat them dry. Now these are thin pork chops, but we're gonna work with them. I typically desire a thicker pork chop. Okay, we're gonna have some beef rice-a-roni. Okay, we're also gonna have some green beans. The ingredients that you'll need for today is going to be some butter. I have some smoked sausage for our green beans. We have some potatoes that we're going to put in the green beans. I have some nice sweet Vidalia onion and some spices to make everything taste good. We have chicken bouillon powder, onion and garlic powder, red pepper flakes, paprika. We have some oregano. Make sure your hands are impeccably clean. Let's have fun cooking dinner. If you all had a great holiday, what recipes did you make for your holiday that you enjoyed the most? I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna season up these pork chops so beautifully, okay? Season your meat, don't be afraid to season it. When you're afraid to season it, it has no flavor. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna do a little bit of red pepper flakes, and really it's just a little bit. Just a little bit you can taste in the back of the palate, not enough to knock anybody's socks off, right? Okay, so we're gonna go in, I got a little tiny bit of onion powder, but I'm gonna use pretty much all of it onto these lovely pork chops. When I get pork chops, I always get assorted. I love assorted pork chops. Center cut is not my favorite at all. So we're gonna go in with a really interesting ingredient. Oregano makes pork taste super delicious. I'm gonna put that in, and we're gonna be seasoning both sides. I'm gonna put some paprika. It's not smoked, it's just regular paprika, all right? Gorgeous, okay? And then we're gonna put some salt. I'm gonna be careful with how much salt that I use. If you can't use it, just leave it out. Pork is salty enough, okay? Gorgeous. And then we're gonna go right in with garlic powder and our black pepper, and we're gonna flip them over and season the other side. I hope you're having a great day today. And if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this amazing dinner that I'm making today. So I figured I couldn't figure out a holiday recipe yet, just because we just got done with the holiday. But if you don't know me or you're not familiar with me, the whole month of December, I'm going to be showing you all holiday recipes for your Christmas and your New Year's. Now, I did the same thing in November. I do it every year, getting you ready for Thanksgiving. So I'm going to be doing the same thing today. I just figured I'll do dinner today, right? Because I want to get my dinner done pretty early today, and we're moving in the right direction because it's early afternoon. We're going to have dinner done and out the way. All right, beautiful. So I'll be doing that in December. I was thinking that tomorrow I might make the rum cake that everybody was requesting. I did make it several years ago, and it was absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to make it. So once we have our pork nice and seasoned just like so, we're going to just let it set aside for a few minutes and really let those spices seep down into that beautiful pork. When I make a baked pork chop, I will always put vegetables underneath the pork chop because they roast. And when they roast, they taste good. Now, those vegetables may be onions, bell peppers, and celery sometime. Today, I'm just going to use a nice sweet Vidalia onion. You put it underneath the pork chops, and then you put it on top of the pork chop. Talk about bringing in great flavor. Okay, so we're going to get started slicing up some onions. Okay, no special way to do it. And I'm going to use 2 onions because I like a lot of roasted veggies underneath my pork chops. And I actually honestly feel like the vegetables will keep your pork nice and juicy as well. And of course, my eyes are watering like a waterfall after I cut this onion. I'll be right back. The bottom of my pan that I'm going to be using to bake the pork chops, which is this pan, it's oven proof, I do have a little bit of water. When you're baking pork chops, you have to have some type of broth or water. Otherwise, your pork chops will turn out like cardboard, like they'll be super dry, right? So, if during the cooking process, when your pork chops are done, you have a little too much of the juices, you can pour that lovely juice that has baked, with your pork chops like over some rice. Or you can discard of it, okay? So now I have a little bit of water in there. We're going to turn around and take our chops and get them right into here. Okay, I don't want to forget my onions. So I'm just going to place the onions down in here. Sometimes, depending on how much liquid you put in here, it will evaporate if you use a little bit. Okay, and don't worry, the vegetables will still roast. So I got a nice amount of the onions in the bottom, and we just nestle our pork chops right on top of them, just like so. If I don't have enough room, I'll just grab another pan. Quick and simple. So now that we have our pan, got our pork chops in there, we're going to place the beautiful onions on top, and they get so roasted and delicious, and they get even more sweeter, and I love it. We'll be cooking these on 350 degrees. Now, the last 15 minutes, I like to yank the heat up to at least 365 or 375, because then I want them to have somewhat of a fry feel to them, okay, where they get nice and crispy. But keep in mind that this lovely broth or your water that you put in keeps it juicy the whole time of the cooking process. And so now here's what we do. We turn around and we take 2 tablespoons, you can do more if you want it, and get you some butter in there. The butter gives great flavor. Your butter can be salted or unsalted. And guess what we're going to do with that? Into the oven, and do not cover it. Simple, right? Go ahead and get started on with our green beans. I'm just going to do 2 cans because I'm just feeding 3 of us today. So the green beans and the liquid, okay? We're not draining the liquid in this recipe. Beautiful. And then we're going to go in with some chicken bouillon powder. It's going to make these green beans taste splendid, right? Absolutely it will. Okay, don't be afraid to season. Gorgeous. We're going to put a tablespoon and a half of some nice sweet cream butter in. Okay, let's go ahead and grab that now. And then we're going to slice up some smoked sausage. The type of smoked sausage that I like to use is the Eckrich smoked sausage. Tastes so delicious. 2 tablespoons. I wanted to use a tablespoon and a half, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and slice this up or dice it. This sausage is going to bring great flavor to your green beans. I couldn't figure out what I was going to do today, y'all. I just couldn't figure out. So I said, they're gonna watch me cook dinner. So we're here. All right, beautiful. Let's go ahead, put some onion or garlic powder, a little bit of black pepper, and voila, we're going to let this thing simmer. Okay, perfect. So much flavor in that one pan right there. Okay, so now, potato, we're going to cut some of it. And guess where it's going? Into the green beans. Oh my goodness. I'm not putting huge pieces in. And I'm not going to overwhelm it with too much potato. But if you have ever tasted potatoes in your green beans, it's amazing, right? So try it next time. All right. So we're going to slice our potato down in such a manner. And I'll go ahead and use this same knife to show you how I'm going to cut the potato. If you have like a potato that's in your pantry, you know, in the cans, you could use those as well. Look, nice small pieces, just like this. Okay, and we're gonna get those into the green beans, and when I come back, we'll get started on our lovely seasoned rice. Started with our rice. We have some water in here that's heating up, and then we're gonna put our rice-a-roni in. And of course you want to take a spatula and get every piece of the rice coated in that beautiful oil. It really doesn't matter what kind of oil that you're using. Okay, once this turns nice, beautiful, and golden brown, we're going to put 2.5 cups of cold water in. The seasoning pack, cook it on low, and voila. You're going to have some delicious rice, right? Beautiful. Make sure the rice gets golden brown. Potatoes, or the green beans with the potatoes look like. That's the way I want your rice to look, and I like to cook mine a little bit more so it can taste even more buttery and nutty. Beautiful. 2.5 cups of cold water is in. Let's go ahead and put our seasoning packet in. Always use cold water. Never use warm or hot water. It will mess up the texture of the rice. Years ago I tried that and I thought, oh, it's horrible. right? But they don't tell you on the back of the box either to use cold water. They just say use water, right? So make sure you're using cold. Once this comes up to a nice boil, I'm going to cover it with foil, and then we're going to put the lid on, turn it on low for 25 minutes. Look at that. We have poured the extra liquid off, and now we throw them back in so they can get nice and crispy. Look at them green beans. Green beans are done. And this rice fluffy every time. Look at that. Make you some Gina Young style. You're going to love this whole recipe. And it came together so quickly. I'm going to show you the pork chops after they, get a little bit hard. That's the next time you talk about you want to bake some pork chops. That's what I want them to look like. Oh my goodness, make you some Gina Young style. Come on, look at the green beans. Oh yeah, this is what's for dinner. Make you some. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what are you waiting on? Tell your family and friends, tell everyone you know about Gina what I'm doing in this kitchen on a daily basis. And one more time, I wanted to tell you guys that the whole month of December, I'm going to be making holiday side dishes, all the fixings that you may want to learn how to make for your Christmas. I'm going to be doing it this December. Enjoy your day. God bless. Good night.